welcome to Business Growth School for Service Providers podcast. I'm your host Ali Salman, and this podcast is brought to you by Rapid Boost Marketing, online marketing for service providers. Are you a dentist, realtor, lawyer, accountant? Do you provide services locally? Then this podcast is for you. Here we share strategies, tricks, and techniques on how to generate more leads and sales using online marketing. Join us every day for 5 minutes and take away strategies which you can apply in your business.
Hey guys, welcome to Business Growth School for Service Providers. Super excited to have you guys today. My name is Ali Salman, and you know what the burning question is, right? From the business owners, from the entrepreneurs I meet. Like I travel across Western Canada predominantly. I've traveled across Canada meeting business owners from Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, and they have this one burning question that like how they can achieve consistent, predictable growth, what they can do when it comes to their marketing and sales, right? Where they could focus when it comes to their marketing and sales in order to achieve, as I said, consistent, predictable growth and revenue, right? So to answer this burning question, and I know you have the same question too, how can you basically achieve consistent, predictable growth, right? To answer this question, let me give you an example of two different kind of people, right? The one person who's basically able to grow their business at a consistent, predictable rate, at a faster rate. The other person is struggling. They're growing, but they're struggling with the growth. They cannot achieve that 15% month over month growth. They cannot achieve that 50% year over year growth. They're struggling with that. They can barely scratch 1, 2, 3%. What is the difference among those two business owners, right? What is the difference among those two entrepreneurs, the way they are running businesses, right? Okay. So let's example there is an entrepreneur A, and this is an entrepreneur B. Entrepreneur A and B both have been given, right, a set of knives. They have been given 10 knives each. And now they have been told that they have to basically use these knives, right, okay, at their work, right? So, but these knives, they have to work at it because they are not sharp, right, okay? So, there is different approaches on how these both entrepreneurs go around about that. So let me give an example. Entrepreneur A, what he does, right, he takes out those 10 knives, right, he takes them out, he goes by one, okay, then he starts sharpening each one of them. Says okay, I'll do it myself, I'll work at this, once this is done, I'll go here, I'll get this thing done, then this is done, then I'll go here, I'll get this thing done, right, okay. Let's go to the person B. The entrepreneur B, what he does, right, okay, he basically doesn't do this way. What he does, he basically doesn't even start doing sharpening the knife, he doesn't do anything. He basically first creates a process and system on how he can or his staff can sharpen the knife. Now there is a fundamental difference, right, okay, among the way these two people are operating. This is the example of a business owner who is struggling to grow. This is the example of a business owner who is basically achieving consistent growth, right? This business owner, when they think about anything in their marketing, anything about their sales, they go and they start doing it. They become the bottleneck. They basically don't create systems and processes. When they have a team of 10 people, when they have a team of 15 people, they should be delegating it. Someone else should be looking after that. Because this person has over 20 things in its plate. How well he can sharpen all these knives, right? He doesn't have time. And even if he has time, right, okay, there is no documented concrete process around it. So when these guys grow and tomorrow they have 15 knives, they have 20 knives, they have 30 knives, this person A becomes the bottleneck in the business, right? But the person B could have directly went and start sharpening all those knives, but no, what he does, right, he starts documenting and creating a process and a system around it. So entrepreneurs, I basically, as I said, right, I've traveled across, Canada. I've met with businesses who are growing at a faster rate and businesses who are struggling. Businesses who are struggling are the example of A kind. These are the entrepreneurs who are basically they have taken bunch of marketing and sales initiatives on their own plate, and they are the bottlenecks in their business, right? Okay, so there they can get to 3 customers or 2 customers, but they cannot get to 30, 40, 50 customers, right, in order to gain scale, in order to gain volume, because they are the bottlenecks in their own marketing and sales. When it comes to the entrepreneur B, right, these are the people who are growing at a consistent rate. This is the person who basically sees an opportunity, right, documents a process, creates a process. Now, it could be that they might be doing things themselves, but they always document and create a process around it. And in most cases, they delegate it out. So they are not the bottleneck in the business, right? As we say, right, if you have read Robert, Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, right, okay, you have to basically become an entrepreneur. You shouldn't be self-employed in your business. And this is usually, I see the difference between, let's say, a plumbing company doing 1 million in revenue, right? This could be this person. Then plumbing company doing 5 to 10 million in revenue, because this company, the difference between a smaller scale company and a larger company is systems, it's processes, right? Okay, so it could be repeated, it could be scaled. So let's say tomorrow entrepreneur is gone for a whole month, right? Okay, vacationing somewhere, the process is running, it's scaling properly. In a smaller businesses, they might have to shut the shop down for 2 weeks because he's the main guy. He's the person who closes. He's the person who basically, puts the project together, right? So the more you as an entrepreneur are a bottleneck in your business, right, okay, and you work without systems, without processes, especially when it comes to your sales and marketing, you will gonna limit your growth. But when it comes to guys who are scaling, guys who are growing, if you are not the bottleneck, you're creating systems, you're creating processes, right? Okay, you're documenting that processes so you can delegate it out. Either you outsource it, either you do it internally, either you do it yourself, but there's a proper process around it so that process can be improved, they could be scaled. So tomorrow, if you're doing from $1 million to $2 million, you have a better process in place, right? Okay, so think hard about this. Are you the bottleneck in your business? Are you that person A, or are you the person B? And I'd love to have you more comments from you, suggestion from you, and tell me in your business, what are you doing? Are you more bogged down by doing things yourself, or are you trying to delegate? Are you trying to create processes and you're trying to basically grow? Because this is the growth pattern I have seen in the entrepreneurs who are basically able to grow and scale, law firms of 5, 10, 15, 20 million dollars versus a guy running a small law practice of $500,000. Literally, this is the difference between these two. So I think you can basically learn something from it, because you know what? I meet these entrepreneurs day in, day out, and this is the burning question they have, and that's what I've answered in today's video. Have a good day, guys. Make it count. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to listen to previous episodes, go to rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. Again, I'll repeat that, rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. I'll catch you tomorrow bright and early with another business growth lesson. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.